Hello everyone, I welcome you all to this class. In this class, we will be studying the topic sum and the product of roots of a quadratic equation. And what we are going to do now is to derive the formula for the sum of roots of a quadratic equation, formula for the product of roots of a quadratic equation. We are going to use the general formula for finding the roots of a quadratic equation to derive the sum and product of the roots. So let's start the class. Let ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 be a given quadratic equation then if this is a given quadratic equation, then the roots of the equation can be found. You can find it using this formula: negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So let me call b squared minus 4ac. Let me call it something. Let me call it d. Let d be equal to b squared minus 4ac. So I call this d. Then what will be your x now? Your x will be negative b plus or minus, then square root, and this thing I've called it d, divided by 2a. And this means, so x is negative b plus or minus square root of d divided by what? 2a. Now if you take the positive part, you will now have that x will be equal to negative b. Then instead of in this place we're having plus or minus, if you take plus, that is positive, that plus, then square root of d divided by what? 2a. And another one you're going to have, and what? And x will be equal to, you will now come here, take the negative part here, you will now have negative b, then here negative square root of d divided by what? 2a. So both of them will give you what? The roots of the quadratic equation. I took the positive, then later I took the negative. So the first root here, let me call it alpha. Let alpha be equal to the first root, which is negative b plus square root of d divided by 2a. And let beta be equal to negative b minus square root of d divided by 2a. So then alpha plus beta will be equal to, that's sum of the root. I've called the first root alpha, call the second root what? Beta. Then the sum of the roots, we want to add them. What's your alpha? Negative b negative square root of d divided by 2a plus, what's your beta? Negative b negative square root of, sorry, alpha is negative b positive square root of d divided by 2a. Then the one we call beta is negative b negative square root of d divided by what? 2a. Right? Then what's your LCM? 2a. Then if you add negative b plus square root of d, then negative b negative square root of d. I added this and this up. Then what will happen? Positive square root of d minus square root of d. You have positive square root of d here. You have negative square root of d here. So both of them can cancel, because if you subtract, you get 0. Then negative b is negative 2b. divided by what? 2a. So this will be equal to negative b divided by 2a. You get what? Negative 2b divided by 2a. You get what? Negative b divided by a. That's negative 2b divided by 2a. If you divide, this is what you are going to get. Just say 2 divided 2 here. So this will give you the sum, right? So the sum of the two roots you can get it by from this quadratic equation. The b is the coefficient of x. So the formula says the coefficient of x, which is b, take the negative of it, then divide it by the coefficient of x squared. So when you do that, you get the sum of the roots of the quadratic equation. So let's look at the product. The product will be alpha times beta. Alpha times beta, what's your alpha? Your alpha is negative b plus square root of d divided by 2a. Then your beta is what? Negative b, negative square root of d divided by 2a. So let's create space here. So if you continue so this will be equal to, let's multiply the denominator. 2a times 2a will give you what? 4a squared. Then let's multiply the numerator. Negative b times negative b is b squared, right? Then negative b times negative square root of d will be positive b square root of d. Then coming here, positive square root of d times negative b will be negative b square root of d. Then the one we did just now is positive square root of d times negative b. Next one is positive square root of d times a negative square root of d will give you negative d. So this positive b square root of d minus b square root of d will give you 0. So we will now be having b squared minus d divided by 4a squared. But I told you that we have already said let d be equal to b squared minus 4ac, right? You remember this when we started the solving. So we will now substitute it for d here. So this will be b squared minus your d will be is this 4ac and divided by 4a squared. So this will be equal to, let's subtract b squared minus b squared minus plus 4ac divided by 4a squared. This can go. So what we now left is 4ac divided by 4a squared. So 4 divided 4, you get what? If you do the division, 4 divided 4, then 4 can cancel. Then a divide a1, a divide a square, you have what? A. Right? So I said 4 divide 4. Then here I have a here. And I have a squared. I can divide both of them by what? A. A divide a, you get 1. A divide a square, you get a. So what you now have up is c. Then what you now have down is what? A. So this will give you the product of the roots of a given quadratic equation. Remember the quadratic equation we wrote, it was ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. This was the quadratic equation we wrote. Then they are saying that the product of the roots of the quadratic equation will be this constant c divided by the coefficient of what? X squared. will give you the product of the roots of the quadratic equation. So thank you so much for being part of this introductory class. In our next class, we'll be solving questions under this topic. Thank you so much.